Okay, well, there hardly seems any point going back on now, especially now that I've got my light in full view, making complete mess, and I'm just going to switch that one off, actually. So just had to do a quick whisk around and change things about. Got the one of the lights there, one of the lights here, causing ugly shadows all over me, and but I just had to change it around and plug the computer in a different place, and got it up and running again. My other laptop's still turned on, which is not great because that one's packing up anyway, and that's the one I do all my YouTube editing on. So I know, 2 bloopers in one night. What more can you ask for? I need to just do like comedy excerpts. I don't even know why I've tuned back in, really, because it's already far past when I said that I'd log out. So I'm not really going to do anything. I'm not going to actually say anything more. I think YouTube and my laptop were telling me that I'd outstayed my welcome on here. So I'm I'm going to treat that as the end of the end. And yeah, I'm just going to wrap this up now and actually go and open this flipping great stocking that my friend sent me, which is my first Christmas present in 9 years. So I was going to do that on the live stream, but yeah, I'm gonna sign out now, and I don't know. It looks like I'll probably be doing like live streams with other people, hopefully with Sammy and Harry hopefully in like next week or something. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. Everyone else has left. They got fed up with the monotonous sound of my voice. They saw me leave to plug the computer in, and now everyone's gone. So Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you've all had a lovely holiday. I hope Boxing Day is great tomorrow. I hope you all go out and buy the things you didn't get from your Christmas list in the sales, because then they're cheaper anyway. And if I don't speak to you before then, which of course I will, have a wonderful new year in 2019. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. So thank you for sticking with me through all of my bloopers and the fact that this video didn't turn out to be what it was supposed to be, because it was meant to be opening the stocking, as I say. And Sammy saying his local Toys R Us was going to try to get an underground Ernie, but it never happened. Well, now I'd just like to have an underground Toys R Us. So, you know, yeah, I'm still upset that my childhood Toys R Us got vandalised, and I cannot even drive past it. So, yeah, that's my Toys R Us is still a very raw subject to me. I've still got my Jeffrey sign behind me there. And as a constant reminder of Toys R Us, RIP, because Toys R Us was a massive part of my childhood, and I think at Christmas I feel particularly sad about Toys R Us, because Toys R Us was just like such a, you know, whenever you heard that advert jingle on television, you knew it was Christmas. And Christmas will never be the same without Toys R Us, basically. So yes. The Thomas and Tuggs man is talking about the rave that happened at our local Toys R Us, which was my childhood Toys R Us. And I cannot drive past there because I know it's all vandalised and horrible. We had two local Toys R Us, because I was quite lucky because we lived right between Hayes and Brent Cross. So when I was a kid, we went to both of them. And I mean, I don't know what's happened to Brent Cross, except I know that a lot of fly tipping happened within a week of Brent Cross closing down. They went and fly tips in like 40 feet of rubbish in the car park, and I was just like, both of my childhood branches of, I mean, I don't know what's happened to Brent Cross. I don't want to know, but it's just like every time we drive past there, I just keep my eyes tight shut, and I've got no So just to make this clear, and not every time I drive past, because as I say, I haven't driven. I'm not keeping my eyes shut while I'm driving, but every time my dad drives past Toys R Us, I keep my eyes tight shut because I just don't want to see it. But Hayes, I won't even let my dad drive past Hayes because I don't want to see it. So yeah, they could relaunch, but it's never going to be the same, because I think if Toys R Us relaunch, they'll probably I think they'll probably be like the little branches in shopping centres rather than, yeah. I know it was in the news, and that's how I heard about it. I've not been past there. I mean, I'd tell you a spooky story about Hayes Toys R Us, but I think it's probably it's a little bit near bedtime. I might give everybody nightmares. But I didn't know Toys R Us was closing down. I admit I don't really watch the news. And my mum heard it was closing down, and we went to Hayes Toys R Us like 6 days before it closed. And it had already mostly been roped off. I think people have probably seen my video on YouTube of it 6 days before it closed. Most of it was cordoned off anyway. But we bought a lot of stuff from there in the sales, and the idea was I was going to sell it on eBay, but I actually got too sentimental about it to sell most of it, and ended up keeping it because it was like the last stuff I bought from my childhood Toys R Us. And anyway, I went and we bought stuff, and we were going to go back. We were going to go back the last day, but I was at college, and I rushed out of college, and we drove there, but they closed early because they'd sold everything. But I was hoping to get the sign from Hayes Toys R Us, which I know has now been vandalized. So, and my mum and dad actually went there after me, and that made me sad because I wanted to be like the last person to see Hayes Toys R Us, which it was silly, but it upset me at the time. And my mum and dad went there to ask if they could buy the signs, basically, like the thank you for shopping at Toys R Us and the My Little Pony sign. Well, I did end up with the My Little Pony sign from Brent Cross, but so I did get that. But at Hayes, they had like the header of the like the end of aisle display for the My Little Ponies, and we wanted that one. But they said they had a waiting list, and they made a big thing of writing my parents down on the waiting list, but we never got contacted, and I now know that the signs were left there, and I know that thank you for shopping at Toys R Us sign was vandalized, and I can't bear it because I really wanted to bring that sign home because that had been there all through my childhood. Anyway, I got very upset. We drove past, the shutters were going down. I've actually filmed the shutters going down at Hayes for the last time, but I've never uploaded the video because I am sobbing hysterically through it because I just didn't get to walk through the last time, and it was seriously upsetting for me. And that's why I just can't go past there again. That was the last time I ever saw it. And anyway, I basically, I'm sitting there working on the laptop late one night, and I suddenly had this vision of Hayes Toys R Us, and it was so vivid. I've never felt anything. It was like someone was, telling me, walk through the shop, and I could feel everything. I could feel the, things that you wouldn't feel if you were walking around the shop. I could feel the edges of the shelves, I could feel the automatic doors. I could just feel all the window frames, and it was like something was just saying, reach out and touch it, and I walked through the entire shop, and I could see where all the toys were and everything like it used to be. And then I got to the exit, and all of a sudden the lights went off. And I turned round, and glass had been smashed, and there were bottles and other unpleasant things smashed on the floor, needles, drugs. And I turned round and I saw the thank you for shopping at Toys R Us sign, and it had been vandalized with graffiti, which was what caused me to type into Google Hayes Toys R Us. and I saw that the rave had happened the previous night. Now, if that is not a scary ghost story, I don't know what is. Something told me that Hayes had been vandalized. And even when I did my tribute to Toys R Us, which some of you will have seen millions of memories on here, which is like a parody of the TV commercial, when I was singing that commercial, a man's face started to appear in my head as I was singing it. And it was a man I'd never seen before, but is obviously somehow linked to Hayes Toys R Us. And you know, people laugh at me, people joke about this. I'm not really a great believer in ghosts, but there was something very spooky about Hayes Toys R Us, and that's why I won't go past there. And for ages, for about 2 weeks after that rave happened, I was haunted by the sound of Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy playing through my head, which was what they always played over the speakers when I was a kid at Hayes Toys R Us. And it finally, I couldn't sleep through it. And we drove past the turning. I was in the back of the car trying to sleep because I was so tormented by it. And unbeknownst to me, we drove past the turning for Hayes Toys R Us, and the music faded away, and I've not been bothered by it since. But I truly believe that there is some kind of ghost or spirit linked to Hayes Toys R Us, and I still get feelings around the things that I bought at Hayes Toys R Us the last day I went there. Like there's something has linked itself to Hayes Toys R Us and to me. So that's why I keep far away from Hayes Toys R Us, and I advise everyone else to as well, because it's there's something very disturbing there that got very upset when that place was vandalized. People won't believe me, but you have been warned. Anyway, that's my ghost story for Christmas night. Will I ever upload 1,500 smiles? Well, I don't think I will now, because, you know, I'm coming up, you know, I maybe when I get to 3,000, I'll do something else. Perhaps once I get to 3,000, I'll try again and see if I can get other people to submit videos. And, you know, then I could maybe have, this is what happened when we had 1,500 smiles, and now we have 3,000, and hopefully some more people will actually submit some or something. But at Christmas, I kept thinking about songs, and whatever Christmas song I thought of played. I'll tell you what, this is going to turn into a very deep conversation if I hang around too much, but there's something in telepathy and I don't know, some kind of spiritual awareness. I don't really, you know, I'm not religious, I'm not, you know, shock horror, it's Christmas, I shouldn't be saying that, but I admit, you know, I'm not the most religious person or spiritual person, but in the last year or so, I've become more aware of spirits and not things that go bump in the night. That makes it sound like ghost stories. No, apart from Hayes Toys R Us, which was spooky. Generally, I actually think that spirits are quite positive things. I believe that, you know, the people we've lost watch over us. So definitely, we've got something in this house that's hopefully, you know, it'll just pop up behind me now. And no, we've never seen it, but we hear it moving around. But I never feel unsafe around it, you know. I mean, I could go into the demon that attacked me earlier in the year, but I know that I had a mad person who hated me and wanted to set a demon on me. So that's a whole other story. Perhaps I'll do a live stream about that another day when people feel like hearing about strange, spooky things and unpleasant people who cause them. Anyway, I think this conversation has travelled very far away from Christmas, and as I've now been on here for almost 2 hours, when this was only supposed to be a 1 hour stream, I am going to wrap this up and say goodnight to my remaining watchers. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Thank you for spending 2 hours of your Christmas evening watching me rambling on about nothing. And Sammy's just telling me that basically he has the same taste in music as me, which means he's got bad taste in music. So old songs and songs from Polly Pocket, Barbie, and My Little Pony. Well, yeah, that sounds like me. I don't know the songs from Polly Pocket yet, but yeah, everything else, old songs, Barbie, and My Little Pony. That sounds like, I think you've hacked into my MP3 player. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Please do contact me if you'd like to do a live stream with me at some point, and we'll see what we can do. So yeah, this is probably going to be one of the last live streams of 2018. So if I don't speak to you by then, Happy New Year for 2019. Goodbye and Merry Christmas, guys. Bye.